Hi, we're here with Jason Wishnov, who made There Came an Echo.
That's right.
Just by yourself? All by
Oh, that is nonsense. I mean, I like thought of the idea, I guess, but there's a big team. I was surprised because, you know, there's only like 4 people working in the office. We have Mike, our character animator, Noe, our illustrator, and our gameplay engineer, Archie. And then like, yeah, I occasionally, you know, pay someone to help with the UI and a couple other things, but then I did the credits the other day and it's like 67 names.
Wow.
So it's definitely,
So you handpicked an elite team.
Yeah.
Let's play this game.
There Came an Echo.
Yeah, so if you didn't know what this is, and hopefully you did, but I forgive you if you didn't, see, picks it up. So I'm talking right now, and the reason that something just happened on the screen is because this is a voice-controlled game. Now, you don't have to use voice controls. You can use a controller, you can use a mouse and keyboard, all that stuff is fine, but it is designed from the ground up to work with voice controls. As you can see here, it's actually giving you some tips to get the best results. Seriously, don't yell. That's important. People like to yell. It's, you know, when the game gets exciting and like awesome stuff is happening, you want to yell stuff out.
Yeah.
Not the best way to communicate. The audio tends to clip off, so I do tend to remind people. And we have this like totally sweet intro here that hasn't been seen by anyone yet. So this is actually quite the opportunity. Exclusive. Someone can be like, add that on the screen on the bottom. So yeah, I don't know how much of the audio they're gonna hear. There's some like...
We can turn it up or down.
Yeah, well...
Could you walk us through kind of like the story elements or anything we're learning right now?
Okay, so these are just kind of like opening titles where we kind of show off our voice cast, which we're super proud of. Will Wheaton and Ashley Birch star, but we also have a bunch of other names that are coming up in a second. Laura Bailey, Yuri Lowenthal. We spent a lot of money on voice actors, and deservedly so, because in a game with voice recognition, you really want to kind of create I mean, it's fake obviously, but a dialogue between the player and the characters where you saw it a little bit earlier where if I would give a command that didn't seem to make sense, if I say, focus fire on target 5 and they're already shooting on target 5, they'll fire back at you with some sass. They'll be like, I'm already on them, thanks, Sam. Your name is Sam in the game.
So they're not just mindless drones and minions.
And that's actually a really important part of design. So people say, you know, voice will never be better than a button. It will never be faster or more accurate than a button, that is true. So I've taken things that people traditionally use buttons for. I know, it's so epic, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
Archie.
Yeah, Archie's the man. So like the fire button, for instance. It would be ludicrous for me to expect a player to give a voice command every time they wanted to fire. Be like, fire, fire, fire. That would be the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
So it's important to implement a relatively sophisticated AI system so that the minutia of battle, the things that don't work well with voice commands, are taken care of automatically by the AI. You are not a character on the field, and that's made very clear. You are their commander. You're far away, you're watching a screen, you do not directly do the things that the characters are doing. Your job is to provide the tactics and the strategy that will let them win. And just like in real life, a battle commander is not going to worry about how many bullets their soldiers have left specifically, or you know, their exact positioning or where they're aimed. They trust the soldiers to do their job.
Right.
The field commander is out there with the larger picture, and that's what this game is meant to be.
That's cool.
Try saying, Val, stop talking.
Val, shut the hell up.
No.
I anticipate a lot of variants for that command, including some maybe even more colorful language. It picks it all up.
Good.
Yeah. So we have that's my voice. That's the 10th voice in there. We have pickups next week. So the one thing that doesn't work well with voice commands is camera control. We have 2 modes of camera control. We have the traditional kind of edge drag stuff that you see in like RTS and MOBA. I actually prefer click to drag. That's just my preference. You can use either one. This is Corn. He's our main character. So the story of There Came an Echo is very sci-fi. It takes place in the near future. Corn is a cryptographer working at Ignite Defense. And this mysterious character, Val, who you're kind of teamed up with, give him this call. And she's warning him like, hey, there are some dudes coming for you. He's a regular guy. He has no reason for people to be like chasing him. It's very kind of Matrixy. It's very kind of Neo and Morpheus. But the fun thing about it in this level is that when stuff starts to go down, you guide him safely from the building. He's like asking for directions. You tell him left, right, straight. You have to guide him out, and there's these agents that are coming for him. Why? They're after this thing called radio lock, which is a cryptographic algorithm that he invented years ago. Someone is using that to keep some very secret data very secret. So essentially they're after him in an attempt to break that security and obtain whatever data that is.
Jesus, what?
He's joined later by a character named Miranda, who's kind of a double agent mercenary, a 19-year-old named Grace, who is extremely sarcastic and also bloodthirsty, and then finally a character named Syl, who is a mysterious British gentleman. He is the most mysterious of all British gentlemen, and his secrets will be revealed as the story goes on. There's a lot of twists. I'm a big fan of like Lost, and even though maybe it didn't end the best,
Right.
I know, I know that. But I'm a fan of that stuff. So a lot of that happens here. So yeah, there are obviously it starts off, it's a very heavily narrative game, and the beginning like 10-15 minutes, yeah, there's some voice commands scattered here in about, as we'll see in about 10 seconds, but it does set up the story a lot. The main battles, and we're going to skip to some stuff in a second, really kind of, it opens up more and more. And voice commands are kind of a difficult thing to teach people because with most games I could give you a controller and you could just experiment. Like, what does the button do? Oh, that one jumps. And what does this button do? Oh, that one fires. You can't do that with voice. There's no, you can't try out every word in the English language to see what that does. I have a very limited subset of commands. So you have to be very, very careful to A, teach them correctly, but B, not bore them. Corin, move to Office 623. So that's teaching you the basics of a movement command.
Yeah, every action just is move to blank.
So so you don't actually even need the move to later in the game if you want to kind of speed things up and feel a little cooler. Normally you can say like Corin move to Alpha 1, or you could just say Corin Alpha 1. You can kind of skip that part. You technically can even omit the names in front, and that would default to the last soldier or soldiers you commanded. So if I said Corin shields up, move to Alpha 4, that move to Alpha 4 command still applies only to Corin. So it kind of, it helps with kind of the natural way of speaking a little bit. So this is an important part of the game too. This is on my mark. So like I mentioned earlier, voice command's not super great with timing, but there are moments in the game where you do want precise timing. In this case, we want to avoid this clearly idiotic pacing soldier. We don't want him to see us. So move to the northeast stairs is kind of a longer command, and we might have trouble timing it. So we can use the appendix on my mark, which is a military thing, to make sure we have precise timing. Corin, move to the northeast stairs on my mark. Mark.
On my mark? Seriously? I'm a cryptographer, not a marine.
And it's kind of pointed out that Corin doesn't have any military experience. He's kind of learning as we are, right? So initially in certain early parts of the game, he kind of like rails against your commands. He like rarely he'll hear them, but he won't follow them. He'll say something sassy. So this is a little later in the game. We've jumped ahead. Corin's been joined by Miranda, who betrayed these evil mercenaries, and we don't know much about them yet. Miranda actually is a trained soldier, so she says, "Look, if I got to go into battle with you, I'm going to teach you some basics." This is the part of the game where we teach you about the basic. There's 5 different types of weapons. They're all kind of sci-fi. They're all energy-based, and they all have various tactical uses. And as the game goes on, you gain more characters and you gain more accessories and weapons and things like that to open up the space of possibilities. Miranda, everyone's very sassy in this game.
Are you the primary writer?
Yes.
Well, you're kind of sassy yourself.
I'm very sassy. I'm super sassy, Elise. Thank you for noticing. I appreciate that.
No problem.
This is an important note here. We did early testing, like move to B5, move to C4, move to D3. But it sounds too similar, and the actual military also has problems with that. They use something called the NATO phonetic alphabet, which is Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. We're using the same thing. A, it helps with the voice recognition. B, it makes you sound cool.
Yeah.
And that's clearly what this game is all about.
That's why I said, come in here, Jason, teach us how to be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just to be cool.
Yeah, it wasn't about the future. It was
No.
like, we just want to be cool.
Yeah.
All units, Alpha 1. So here you can see I kind of skipped the move to part of that command. Oh look, there's another pickup.
You can also call out any number of
So you can also, so there's only 2 people, so it's kind of pointless to say everyone but Corin, but when you have 4 characters, you can say everyone but and then a character's name to order the other 3, as opposed to having to say all 3 of their names in a row, which is kind of long and annoying. So now they're talking about the weapons, and so we're going to see the first of the 4 alternate weapons, the charge gun, in just a second. And there's, wow, I sound just like Ashley Burch.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I really try to voice match her really closely.
Sam, tell Miranda to switch to her charge gun. She can show Corin.
Miranda switched to charge gun.
This is a charge gun. You can think of it a bit like a grenade launcher. It launches area of effect plasma at the enemy. You got the charge gun as well, so go ahead and switch.
Okay.
Sam, give Corin a specific specific target to hit for maximum effect. Try and get Corin to hit all 3 targets at once.
So one of the things about most RTS, if you guys have played it, you want to focus down maybe, it depends, if they're offensively powerful, you want to take them out, or if they're defensively weak, you want to take them out very quickly. If you have everyone just firing on random targets, it's not nearly as efficient. That's an important facet in this game, so we have the command focus fire. Corin focus fire on target 3. But that wasn't what we were looking for here. We want to hit all 3 targets. This gun, the charge gun, is an area of effect thing. You want to use it when enemies are clumped up, and you would want to use it on the center of that group. So Corin focus fire on target 2. Damn. Corin focus fire on target 2.
Adequate, I guess. Hopefully you'll get more accurate with time.
Alright, let's put you in a combat situation.
If you wanted to shorten that directive, could you say, like, target 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Corin target 2 would be fun.
Alright. What happens if one of us goes down in combat?
If it's you, Champagne.
Champagne will wake someone up, Adam.
It's not pleasant.
Adam is kind of Miranda's partner in crime. He's not out on the battlefield, but he kind of handles logistics. He's a pilot. He takes care of her weaponry, things like that. He is a gay Catholic Asian, so it's a nuanced character.
Nuance.
Yeah. Miranda, revive Corin.
Son of a...
That was fun.
So that can happen in battle. Your enemies can, your players can go down. It's not a good thing. You have to kind of spend one of them to go over and revive. And there's a lot of energy when you do that, but it is possible. In addition, each character has 2 spare batteries that are going to refill their energy to 100. Their energy is multi-purpose, so some of it is used for their shields. Obviously, if you get hit, it drains that energy, and if you're out of shield, it'll go down and you'll get knocked unconscious. It also powers your secondary weapons. So it becomes this trade-off between offense and defense, where I really want to use the charge gun because I know those guys are clumped up, but if multiple people have the charge gun, you want to pick the one with the most health, because if you pick someone who's weak, it's going to drain their shields even more and they're going to go down very fast. So it's always kind of a trade-off between offense and defense. Corin battery swap.
Cool, I think that's everything.
Zoom out. So at this point, we've kind of identified someone who has a unique tie to the people we know that are chasing around Corin, trying to get him and capture him. Her name's Grace. She's that sarcastic teenager I mentioned earlier, and she's inside this beautiful Seattle area home over here. It's waterfront property. It's really great stuff, but for some reason soldiers are outside, so we're gonna mess those guys up first. Corin, move to Alpha 1 on my mark. Miranda, move to Alpha 4 on my mark. So now they're gonna, when I say mark, they're gonna move into battle simultaneously. It's gonna give them an advantage. Mark. Corin, focus fire on target 2.
Already on, Sam.
Just checking, Corin. God, you don't need to be like that. Corin, Alpha 2. Target 1.
Got it.
So that was your example there. So we're going to take him out and then move Miranda forward. Miranda, Bravo 2. All units focus fire on target 3. There's only one target. I don't even need to say that. He's trying to retreat to a safer distance, but it's not going to help him. Corin, Alpha 5.
Okay, I think we've got a second. Sam, have them swap.
So you want to swap batteries when they're low on health? They're okay right now. I'm fine with that. So we can leave them be. They'll move forward in a moment.
So if you don't tell them what to do, will they go forward on their own?
Depends on the situation. Here it's like the player, you know, I want to keep the game's pace at a good thing. So if they're not moving, I'm like, all right, let's go, guys.
Yeah.
So this is a bad position. They're being flanked right now.
Better cover for them, Sam.
All units Bravo 7. All units focus fire on target 1.
Got it.
Miranda, switch to railgun. So the railgun is a rapid fire gun designed to keep enemies in cover and not firing. So you can see the enemy target 1 right now. He's hunched down behind the bench and he's not really firing at anyone.
Your energy's low, Sam.
Corin battery swap. So they kind of, you know, they all intelligently alert me to certain things. So like maybe I would have missed that, right? Maybe I was so focused on the battle. But Corin's like, no, you should probably pay attention to this. All units target 1.
120%.
Miranda battery swap. You can see her energy getting drained a little quicker there because she's using that special weapon.
So that's their gun energy and their shield energy?
Right,
Okay.
it's both together. Miranda, pistol. Miranda, Charlie 3.
Acknowledged.
So she's going to take a little bit of extra damage from this right now. She's not in cover, but essentially at this point they're kind of surrounded. They're from both sides. They're going to try and get out of that. That one's going to move over to Charlie 1, which he views as a better spot. All units target 4. Miranda, switch to pistol.
Acknowledged.
But they're going to go down momentarily.
Heck, we should need to head inside.
How do we know Grace is still there?
By going inside and checking. Miranda
Miranda does not suffer fools. So I do want to point out also, I'm pretty happy with how the voice commands have worked so far. The voice commands, if you're talking a lot, like I am right now, just in a casual sense, or there are other people in the room, it isn't necessarily the best environment for it. Ideally, I'd be in a nice quiet room, and the game audio would be coming through my headset, so there'd be nothing to interfere with the voice commands. There is a push-to-talk feature that I have not activated because it seemed to be working okay. But if you're streaming the game, or if you're making a YouTube video, you've got a friend over, you're in a noisy environment, push-to-talk is really the way to go. All right, so this is the war room. The main game is very kind of narrative-based, and that's kind of what we wanted it to be. But sometimes you just want to mess around with the voice commands and see what you can do. So we created this mode, the war room. You can just go in. It's a sandbox. You can have fun. You can fight some enemies if you want. One of the really cool features of There Came an Echo is the ability to take any of the standard commands and basically replace them with anything you want. We call it command aliasing. Any name, any location, any command in the game can be completely replaced with literally anything, and I mean literally anything. There's no restrictions. We took the liberty of adding some custom commands a minute ago. We don't want to waste time typing them in. I forgot how does this go on with magic? Is that a Nexus? Wow, incredible. So we took a picture of the custom commands that we did. So starting here, we have an easy one. We alias Corn's name to Ian, so we're going to try that out. Ian, move to Alpha 4. He listens.
I did it.
You did it. That was great. You can also still call him Corin. That doesn't replace the original.
Right.
You can do it. She is Wheezy apparently, so we're going to do that. Wheezy, Alpha 1. So then we have all units. All y'all bitches, shields up.
We've destroyed the game.
This keeps going black. Okay, there it goes. All units, pop a squat.
Copy that.
Copy that. So that would be like take cover. They did like take cover, yeah. Then we have this one. I can't believe I didn't think of this one prior, but enhance. Enhance. Yeah. And that should be standard. That should be a custom.
Put that in.
Yeah, I'll do that. Then we renamed Alpha 3 to what anyone should rename Alpha 3 to. All units move to Butt Party.
Yeah!
Butt Party!
And that maybe should be a
You should add that.
Right. I should add there. That should be in
there.
there. Why did you?
You're like, why did you bring me here?
Yeah. We're gonna go to Alpha 3 later.
Help me.
Oh no.
So wait, we got one more. All y'all bitches, shields down, on my mark. And then for whatever reason, Sasquatch. Oh no, it didn't work. I don't know. Sasquatch. There it goes.
Yes, understood. Let's just
You wanna do that one more time?
I just want to know what's happening at Alpha 3 again. Can we just check out Alpha 3 again?
Everyone but Syl move to Alpha 2.
Yes, sir.
All units move to Butt Party.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
it's
I
acknowledged.
just wanted to make sure we're still.
Oh, we do have one more. We gotta get some enemies in here for this. Begin wave.
Shields up.
So they did it automatically
Okay,
as long as
yeah.
I didn't tell them. Grace, murder target 1.
Who do you think I'm shooting at?
Corin, murder target 2. Yeah, they wanted murder. That's not a default command.
Murder.
Normally it's like attack or focus fire on, but.
When's the game coming out?
Oh, the game's coming out February 24th on Steam. It's going to be $19.99, but for the first week, it's only going to be $14.99. So you're definitely going to want to pick it up in that first week.
That's my birthday.
February 24th is your birthday?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, it's a birthday present for this guy. And I have
$19.99.
I have a special announcement. This is
24.
a GameTrailers exclusive announcement right here. Exclusive. Not only is it going to be $5 off at launch, but for the first week, and for the first week only, There Came an Echo will come with a completely free copy of our first game, Sequence.
Oh,
so not only is it $5 off, you also get another game completely for free.
Yay.
So, yeah.
That's really cool.
That is really
So
cool.
it's a
That's
good
cool.
deal. I hope you guys pick it up. You know, there's nothing I can really do to convince you that the voice recognition like works super well, because this video has probably been cut, and you're like, oh, they probably like cut out all the failed commands. Wait for reviews. Wait for people's impressions. People are gonna say if it works or not, and I'm pretty confident they're gonna say good things.
Hope so.
All right.
Yeah.
I think they will. It seems
Thank
like
you
it
guys
worked.
for inviting
Thanks very
me.
much.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming. Game looks
Thanks.
rad.